I am your host, Joshua the Matt. We have a jam-packed program for you. Back, yes. It's been a while since some games, yeah, as well as Premier League. So we're going to start off in the Premier League like we usually do. Let's go to a video that rounds up all the Premier League matches that took place this week.
We played a really good game. It was counter-pressing wise the best for a while. It was outstanding, which is for us always a sign for a really good game.
I am worried about my team. I am worried about the performance. But my job is always at risk. So I am not worried about the club. You have to ask to the club.
6 goals to Chelsea is not easy. That's why we are so pleased for this week, not just for today, for Arsenal, Everton, and that's all. So now finally we can have 2 days off and prepare Newport and the final against Chelsea again.
I am so happy. One more time, I think, to congratulate the player. The effort was fantastic. With all the circumstances that happened during the game, it's happened this season. I think it's so important to recognize that they are doing a fantastic effort, and I am so proud about that. So proud.
Chelsea 0. So before we get into that and before I introduce my guests for the show, to all the Chelsea fans, condolences, firstly. And I'm not sure if you all saw this video that went viral. I think it was like half an hour after this game of sitting Chelsea fan, doing away with his clothes, throwing it out the window. If you didn't see it, let me just remind you.
I don't know what to do, so I'm bleeding. Plus you give me no reason. You tell me this is the end of the season. Mash up everything, just so. But you don't understand when you watch me. I said just see that I win the lottery. How you go pick up just so and then dump me? No, baby, no. But your back on me clothes in a garbage bag. You put it on the ground by the roadside. You tell me get out your place to come inside, baby.
So you went back and picked up that?
well, as you can see.
So viewers, if you don't know, this is the man himself, Akini, Chelsea fan still.
I had.
Cool. And Jesus, just like Manchester City striker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, welcome, firstly, on Football 101.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
So Akini, I'll just start with you. What made you decide after that game, you know what, let's just throw that jersey out the window?
Well, to be honest, it was boredom.
Right.
And hurt at the same time. Because after the game, I went into my room and I was just, I was sitting, watching this jersey on my bed. I was like, wait, boy, Chelsea, boy. And immediately, it just came to mind, make a video.
Right.
And I just clicked, the song just clicked, and that was it.
And I remember you told me that even Alexis Nunes from ESPN FC shared it as well. So it went viral really quick.
I wasn't expecting that. It was just for fun, but it ended up being viral.
I'm sure you probably saw it at some point in time.
Yeah. I saw it like the evening, the day after.
Right.
But I guess like about 6 times. 6 times. So it was just heartbreaking. That's what it was. It was heartbreaking.
All right. So all fun aside, let's talk about the game. Coming into this match against the defending champions of the Premier League, we all know as it pertains to Sarri, all the talk with certain fans, and not even Chelsea fans, just the general public, that he's stubborn, doesn't want to change his tactics. Coming into this game, as Chelsea fans, did you actually think you all could have come out with something, even a win or a draw, or did you think that it was 3 points that you all weren't going to get?
Going into the game, at least 1 point.
Right.
At least 1 point. Not that nobody was expecting any blowout, but some people were saying 3-1. I was looking at 2-1, either Chelsea win or City win. But the as I say with the Sarri, people say he's stubborn. I don't believe he's stubborn. The players are stubborn because it can't be that Mourinho and Conte saying the same thing
Agreed.
about the motivation with the players. It can't be that everybody else is wrong and the players right. And if they do sack Sarri, they will be given the power to the players, and no coach will want to coach in a hostile environment.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that your two fans are Sarrian?
Yeah.
I honestly,
at
I
least
do.
2 years.
I don't even blame the manager, to be honest. I blame the players because I realize they have a lack of enthusiasm. Like when they realize things not going good, they just they actually play to sack Sarri. That's how it looked. It looked
I won't say to play to that, but they really play without a spark inside. I mean, these players getting close to 300, 400,000 a week.
Exactly, and
Right?
you would think as professional
You would
footballers,
step up
and you
again.
saw it playing with Jose, they literally play together.
Exactly.
Same with Conte, and it's like, I saw Sarri in an interview at the end of the game saying that he doesn't know. He doesn't even speak to Roman. He said if Roman calls him, it will be nice for a change because he doesn't speak with him.
Yeah.
But for some strange reason, though, I don't think he'll get the sack either. I think that Roman probably is... We all know Roman wants Chelsea to play a stylish football. They got success with other managers who didn't have that stylish football. And Villas-Boas brought that stylish football to Chelsea, but he still got the sack. And for some strange reason, I think that Roman isn't going to sack Sarri this time, and he'll actually back him. Because it's known that in this transfer window, you'll have to do some changing. Hazard more than likely might go.
But at the same time,
Hazard goes, I know.
At the same time, Sarri, I feel like the mistake he's making is he playing players that he prefer and not the players that actually supposed to be on the field for that match on the day.
Alonso was never supposed to start at all.
And for some reason,
Jorginho knows the system as well as
Sarri
Higuain. So both of them have a connection from Napoli. Alonso was nowhere for the first goal. Everyone watched him like, why are you keeper than Bernardo Silva? Everybody wants to know where he is. Back into the watching the scene, thinking Alonso behind him. Why is Alonso still playing the game against Tottenham? Alonso played good. Emerson played good. Right? He not as good crosses as Alonso, but defensive-wise, he has it.
Right.
So he just has to work moving forward.
Right.
So hopefully, one day, this team in red from Manchester. So hopefully we see some change. Somebody have to sit down.
Less ghost players on the field.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that kind of led into my other question as it pertains to Sarri. We all know the talk of the town, Kante, the best defensive midfielder in the world, out of position on the right side. As Chelsea fans, what are your solutions? Is it that you think that you need to bring Kante back in, push up Jorginho, take out Jorginho, or decide what should if you were Chelsea managing Chelsea, what would you do? What advise Sarri to do?
Start Kovacic instead of Barkley. Because they basically provide protection for Jorginho. Jorginho is not... I don't know, people keep mistaking Jorginho as a ball go-getter. He's just as we talk, like the second hand on your watch. He just keeps everything ticking, keeps it ticking, just keeps it moving. That's his rule.
But it seems as though every team knows now. Put a man on Jorginho.
Right. So that is where Kante, how Kante plays now, is going more forward. So anytime, so if Jorginho pushes the ball forward, you have Kante on top. If they lost it, Kante could step up on top there.
Yeah.
To break up any
here the hat-trick. Kun Aguero with, this guy.
That's like what, 11? Is 11?
Yeah.
Tie with Shearer.
Yeah, so it looks as though it's 2 consecutive hat-tricks. That's something you're not accustomed to seeing. You see Mike Oliver hiding the ball from him as he takes the match ball. But we'll talk about Manchester City just now. But coming back to Chelsea, are you okay with Kante playing where he is, or would you rather Kante come back and sit in the middle?
I'm okay with him.
Honestly, yeah, same. But at the same time, we need support for the midfield. Hazard can't do it all.
Right.
Because currently he playing forward and in the midfield. Right? He can't do it all. I feel like they're too reliant on him.
But he in that game against City, in the second half, he kind of started to move a little selfish when he had options to pass to Higuain, pass off the ball. And I understand he's trying to do it on his own, but Higuain is there for a reason, for you not to be doing that.
Honestly, too, I feel there's a problem with Alonso and Hazard, because watching the last game, plenty times Hazard had the ball, he could hit him a 1-2 for the cross, and
he doesn't.
Nah.
Do you see that post-match handshake thing? Me personally, I find if you want to do it, you're gonna be proven.
Right.
You see the stats in 89% possession and one goal scored. So.
And Chelsea had some really good chances in this. Higuain with some wonderful shots, Hazard attacking the defense, Pedro with some opportunities as well.
So then what missing? Something there that we not seeing, we the public have no preview of. But something there is going on.
Right.
Something. I don't know.
All right, but we're going to take a short break. We'll continue the discussion right after the break and touch on Manchester City. Like I said, they have gone top of the table. Well, Liverpool came and played the game after, but Manchester City is still on top of the table, ahead on goal difference. But we'll continue to talk about Manchester City right after the break.
We'll be right back after these messages. Don't forget to join the conversation. Send in your WhatsApp voice notes and messages via the numbers on the screen or hit us a comment on the Facebook Live. We'd love to hear from you.
Every Sunday at 2 p.m. on ACTN The Voice, we will be taking you on a journey down memory lane with our Sunday classics. Relive the moments. Bonanza at 2 p.m. Little House on the Prairie at 3 p.m. Gilligan's Island at 4 p.m. Family Matters at 4:30 p.m. Hogan's Heroes at 5 p.m. The Jeffersons at 5:30 p.m. This is Sunday Classics on ACTN The Voice.
Hey TNT, what's up? This is yours truly Positive, all the way from the beautiful island of Tobago, and you're locked onto ACTN The Voice. We serve a mighty God, mighty, 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 mighty. Oluwa is mighty, oh. Blessed love.
In my ill sickness in my body, we serve a mighty God, mighty, 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 mighty.
Welcome back to Your Health, Your Choice. So he did some of the first illustrations, the actual drawings.
As you know, I'm a community diabetologist. Diabetes is my specialty.
What needs to be done? How you can take responsibility for your health care?
Yes. The gold standard is still the camera.
Welcome back to Football 101. I'm your host, Joshua De Matos, and we're talking Premier League football. So we started off with Chelsea. We're going to continue with Manchester City. We have to give honour where honour is due. Scoring 6 goals in a Premier League game isn't an easy task, but having strikers like Kun Aguero on your side makes it a much easier task. So far we see that it is a title race between Manchester City and Liverpool. So guys, let me know. Can Manchester City win and retake this title? Like what everyone else would want them to do?
No.
No? That's a quick no.
No. They can't. I don't say they can't. They could. But they're fighting on 4 fronts. And as deep as Pep's squad is, I honestly don't think they had to give up one. One will have to suffer if they want to go all the way.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it in them with the players that they have. They have good quality. I'm not saying no. They have good quality. Let me rephrase myself. They have good quality players. They have De Bruyne. They have the 2 Silvers. They have Aguero, Sane. They have good players, but that's the fatigue. What does affect English clubs?
Right.
Will start to set in. You had a Champions League, you had FA Cup, you had the League Cup, then you have the league.
Yeah.
So you will start to see the fatigue start to set in.
For me, like, as it is Liverpool and Manchester City, we know Liverpool are out of some cup competitions. So they have a break. They're more or less just fighting for Champions League as well as the Premier League. But for some reason, I think City, that this works better for City. I understand, yes, there's a risk. Injuries could come with just one tackle. But to me, it's better for Liverpool to have that rest. And Pep likes this. He likes to, because he has an extremely deep squad. You're talking about bringing on in the 65th minute, you could bring on David Silva. You could bring on Jesus. You have men like Otamendi on the bench as well.
And to show you how much confidence he has in his youth, he started Zinchenko.
Exactly.
Zinchenko.
And he had a great game. So it's like everything right now is working for Manchester City. Their bench is so deep, and even if players aren't getting game time, when they come in, they just...
It's embarrassing how much depth that he has.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah, so I think that even though he has all these fixtures, he wouldn't want it any other way. But again, kudos to Manchester City winning this one by 6-0. You're okay, right? You'll get over it, right?
We done good therapy and thing already.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to the other game. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. They came away victors by 3-0. A wonderful game by Liverpool. Salah on the score sheet. Firmino having a wonderful game. Wijnaldum back in the side and getting on the score sheet as well. Also Robertson in the team as well. So it was a walk in the park, you could say, for Liverpool. They had some stutters, 2 consecutive draws previously. But in this game, you saw the Liverpool that we were accustomed seeing, at least for other parts of the season.
Yeah. You see, the Leicester and West Ham game, those were just like, I don't know if it's jitters or stumbling, but it's better to get that out early.
Yeah.
So now they have, they know the bad way now, they get the bad slumps out.
Right.
So hopefully they win. I honestly want Liverpool to win the league. Honestly. I know a lot of Manchester fans don't want them, but I want it. It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a while. It's only blue teams win it. Leicester, City, Chelsea, somebody, Liverpool.
Yeah, that's true. And Salah, like I said, on the score sheet, leading the goal scoring chart in the Premier League as well with 20 goals. And it was an all-around performance. We saw Liverpool in previous games dropping points because they had a big injury list. Wijnaldum not in the squad, Gomez still not in the squad, Robertson now coming back. And it seemed to be that each team had their little slip and Liverpool was going through theirs.
Yeah.
But as you see players coming back in, Henderson still not even in the squad yet. Keita, for me, had a wonderful game.
He finally starting to click how Klopp wants him. Why the reason why Klopp got him in the first place. So he's starting to play a little better now.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is that where's the Bournemouth that was beaten up this other team from London here, right?
I won't call your name. Yeah.
Right. Where was the fight in that team? I mean, it's like they just roll over. They roll over and take licks. They get 3 goals, and that was the end. That was basically match. Yeah. Game, set, match day. Everything.
Yeah, so true. And again, Liverpool have a 10-day break. They have a big matchup against Bayern Munich next week. So from their last Premier League game, they're able to have a rest. Yeah. So it's really a good time for Liverpool to get this rest in before that big matchup against Bayern.
Yeah, that is going to be a very big game. Honestly, it is going to be a tough game. Yeah. Robin and Ribery come in.
2 old men,
which will be this year's the last year. So, I really Bayern. I could see Bayern coming through that tie.
Yeah.
Convincingly.
Yeah, but so if you're a Liverpool fan, which clearly not, as it pertains to the title race, would you prefer to be behind City or above City? Would you rather be chasing or leading?
To be honest, with a team like City, I'd rather be leading than chasing, because when City catch the groove, I feel like they'll just keep going straight till the end.
Definitely. Yeah. Liverpool, again, getting back on the score sheet and getting those 3 points are wonderful. Win for them, some big games coming up in Champions League. And then after Champions League, they're facing a certain Manchester United in the Premier League, which to me could be a decider of the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, because after them, Liverpool plays Manchester. So this is one time and only time I will say this. Only time I will say this. I actually want Manchester United to win against City. That's the only time I would ever say something like that.
Right. And we have it on tape.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that's the end of that.
Definitely. So well done to all the Liverpool fans, back to winning ways. Not back to the top of the table, but they're extremely close. So we're going to take a short break, and after this we're going to talk about Tottenham, a team that for some strange reason we assume that they will slip up, but for some strange reason they're just getting those 3 points, one game after the other. So we'll be right back after this.
We We'll be right back after these messages. Don't forget to join the conversation. Send in your WhatsApp voice notes and messages via the numbers on the screen or hit us a comment on the Facebook Live. We'd love to hear from you.
You're watching ACTN, The Voice. ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
For better or worse, yeah. For better or worse, yeah. Yo, Trinidad and Tobago, this is your boy Nathaniel, and you are watching ACTN The Voice.
Welcome back to Football 101. I'm your host, Joshua D'Amato. So we're going to continue the talk in the Premier League. So Tottenham Hotspurs, they were up against Leicester City and they came away victors by 3-1. Now, don't let the scoreline fool you. This game was a lot more closer than the scoreline says. Leicester City in that second half had multiple chances. Vardy missing a penalty, and it really was in Leicester City hands to get the 3 points, and they just bottled it at the end. But guys, for some strange reason, as I mentioned before, this Tottenham side, when you say it has a title race on, you always refer to Liverpool and Manchester City. Yet you have this Tottenham team that is so close, but yet no one really thinks they could win the title this year. Why do you think that is?
Because it's Tottenham.
It's Tottenham.
It's Tottenham. It's as simple as that. Right now, they are overachievers. There's an overachieving season.
Right.
It's not a bias towards this London based on nothing like that. It's just they have never had it in them to go all the way. Never. They don't have that quality in them.
But it's just 5 points. That's 2 defeats.
It's just 5 points.
Probably,
it just seemed like
probably if it wasn't Manchester City and Liverpool,
maybe.
And, I heard a funny stat actually. If Tottenham continue here and they win the rest of the games, they'll be on 89 points, and I think that would have been enough 2 years ago
to win the league.
But the standard has been amped up so much by these other two teams.
Yeah. Look, they are the only team, I believe, in Europe to not draw a game as yet.
Right.
So it's all or nothing. So it's either we win it or we lose it. So imagine now if they had drawn games that they had lost now, that 5 points would have been in the top 3 converse. There would have been more contenders right now fighting with Liverpool and City up there to be like, oh, Tottenham could finally win something. But again, look at when they play Chelsea in the League Cup. It's just something about going over that hurdle with them. It's just, I don't know what it is. Something about them, about the team, they don't have it in them. I don't know if but the coach is a wonderful coach. They have great players with them. Everybody young. So maybe it's just that. They don't have the experience of winners on their team. So maybe that could be a factor as well.
I remember when they played Manchester United and they were defeated, even though they had a really good second half in that game. After that, it was 4 consecutive wins that we see. And it was after that United defeat that we thought, okay, Harry Kane getting injured in the last minute of that game, that, okay, this is the time we're going to see Spurs drop points. Ali as well being injured.
And they had no Son. And that's when...
But then Son came back, and it's like, you know what? I'm just going to score these goals and make things work.
Grind out at 1-0. So it keep ticking. So that's why I say they don't buy players. So they're doing good. They're doing great actually by not buying players. And that's a good and a bad, because they could always buy someone bringing someone who knows what it takes to win, to go that extra mile.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
Yep. That's so true.
So, sorry, Tottenham fans, but it's the facts. It's the facts.
All right, third place is a trophy. But Akini, as it pertains to Tottenham, though, I heard in an interview, Pochettino said that, he doesn't, in other words, doesn't mind being knocked out of these cup competitions. But you would think that for a guy that, yes, you're close to the first place in Premier League, but you're probably not going to win it, you really don't have that much of a chance in Champions League. But at least for the Carabao Cup, at least for the FA Cup, you could put a good cup run and get that trophy, finally get some sort of way under your name. But yet, he prioritizes the Premier League, and he says those cup competitions are just for managers' egos, basically.
Yeah, that was mad.
Yeah, it was.
That was mad. I feel like he was overconfident in the Premier League itself. But at the same time, who was really expecting City to even, drop and then had to find a way back up to the top.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, to me, I can't understand a manager. I mean, to me, the goal should be trophies. Yes, consistency is key. If you're making it to the top 4, that's wonderful. But at the end of the day, our fans are going to remember, hey, that was a wonderful season where we finished 4th. They're going to remember, hey, that season where we won the FA Cup or where we won the Carabao Cup.
And that same statement you make, taking a serious shot here at Arsenal fans, talking about they don't be in the red. 20 years from now, your children don't want to hear that. We have to show in the cabinet. The FA Cup, all right, cool. But other than that. So it is a balance.
That's the Premier League.
Yeah, so true. So last point on Tottenham. Pochettino, doing a great job, but rumours are building as it pertains to him leaving at the end of the season. Maybe he might get the United job. Certain Ole might have something to say about that. But what do you guys think? Should he continue to stay at Tottenham, or do you think that this is where he has reached? Because we know Tottenham isn't going to put a big set of money anytime soon. So 3rd place, 2nd place is basically what he will be fighting for.
Stay, but buy players.
Right.
Bring in people.
And if he isn't getting any backing from the board,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
He won't have the support from the board itself. So if he can't buy players, then he'll just be stuck in the same situation.
Yeah.
And as it pertains again the Manchester job, I don't think that he would get the job full time.
Right.
I don't think he will get that job.
Yeah.
I think Manchester might stay with that guy.
That guy, yeah. Well, we're going to talk about Manchester United after this break, so don't change your channel. We're going to come back with Manchester United, as well as going to talk about the UEFA Champions League tie today, Manchester United versus PSG. Not a good day for United fans, but we'll talk about it after the break.
We'll be right back after these messages. Don't forget to join the conversation. Send in your WhatsApp voice notes and messages via the numbers on the screen, or hit us a comment on the Facebook Live. We'd love to hear from you.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Cloud9 on ACTN The Voice. I am Sheldon Yerwood.
To bring some relief, to those who were badly affected. Is that real best bike, Jasmine? I got to get it.
We feed into the soil, and how we water to determine the kind of fruit that we bear.
Lazy boat, lazy man.
El bote, hermano.
Thank you very much. God blessings to you, and of course, be safe.
Hi, this is Denise Plummer, and you're watching ACTN. There's no turning back, oh no, 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 no.
With Jesus on your side, that's the way to go. There's no turning back, oh no, 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 no. 'Cause there is nothing greater when Jesus give you favor. There's no turning back, oh no, no, no.
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another edition of Scoreboard here on ACT, and it's always a pleasure to be in your company every Tuesday evening between the hours.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Cloud 9 on ACTN The Voice. I am Sheldon Yerwood.
To bring some relief, to those who were badly affected. Is that real best bike, Jasmine? I got to go along.
We feed into the soil and how we water to determine the kind of fruit that we bear.
Lazy boat, lazy man.
El bote, hermano.
Thank you very much. God blessings to you, and of course, be safe.
Hi, this is Denise Plummer, and you're watching ACTN. There's no turning back, oh no, 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 no.
With Jesus on your side, that's the way to go. There's no turning back, oh no, 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 no. 'Cause there is nothing greater when Jesus give you favor. There's no turning back, oh no, no, no,
Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another edition of Scoreboard here on ACT, and it's always a pleasure to be in your company every Tuesday evening between the hours of 8 and 9.
Welcome back to Football 101. I'm your host, Joshua De Matos, and we're discussing Premier League, and we're going to touch a little bit on the Champions League. So Manchester United, they were in action this past weekend and as well today. And it wasn't a good day today, but it was a good day as it pertains to the Premier League. So we'll talk about that game. To start things off, Manchester United, they were in action, and they came away victors. Same way you could say for Manchester United. Good holidays, as people may call it, seeing that since he took over. 3 points in the bag wasn't a big win with a bunch of goals, but still 3 points nevertheless.
Yeah, people would say it's just for long.
Yeah.
It was good to see that they still have the rhythm in the Premier League. So if they keep it up, then Tottenham will have to start to wonder if they will be next to be leapfrog. So it's actually good to see the squad, the whole team playing better without Jose Mourinho there. It's actually it's nice to see players having a joy back to playing for the game.
So
Pogba, playing out of position, people
less tension.
Definitely.
So hopefully it keeps going as long as it possibly can.
Right. It was a 3-0 victory. We saw the likes of Pogba getting on the score sheet. Rashford and Martial were actually rested for this game. We saw Sanchez playing as well. So it was overall a good performance. Manchester United coming away with 3 points. But they faced up against a big opposition a few days later in the UEFA Champions League. PSG, no easy team to face up, even though they don't have the likes of certain strikers such as Neymar and Cavani. And the final score in that one was unfortunately 2-0 in favor of PSG. So if you're a United fan at this point in time, I think this video that's going to come up in a bit will kind of basically show you what a United fan is now after this first defeat under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I proud of my team. Manchester United is PSG. I thought we could have at least, hold out for a 1-1 draw or at least a clean sheet. A 0-0 draw would be perfect. But it's the first defeat under Ole, and that's what a lot of people were saying. That it's easy to manage a team that's consistently winning, that has a good atmosphere around them. But when something bad happens, what's next? So do you think this defeat could turn Manchester United season, probably see another slip in form, or do you think they could bounce back?
Honestly, I dislike Man U, but...
So your most unbiased opinion as a Chelsea fan?
But the way the team seems to be playing right now, I feel like they could bounce back from this defeat today. I just want to say sorry to the other Chelsea fans, but I just talking, it's a football mind here.
Yeah, no problem.
The match was a good match though. I must say, Mbappe, he stepped up, right? He held it down on top.
Right.
Even though Cavani and, Neymar was out. But they deserve the beating though.
Yeah. It's a 2-0 defeat that they suffered. But one thing, the first half to me, Manchester United, they pressed a lot. Mbappe wasn't getting much chances in that first half, and United had some good enough chances in that first half as well. But in the second half, I don't know what happened. The amount of space Mbappe started to have against the right back, Ashley Young, it was just like a totally different match he was watching. And Mbappe did what he had to do. Mbappe on the score sheet as well. So it's a really high hill now in Manchester United. They'll have to go away to PSG. Cavani may be back. Well, Neymar won't be there, but Cavani may be back.
But this game highlighted exactly what Mourinho was speaking about in August. They have no good quality centre-back, and Mbappe just exposed that. There's nobody, no centre-back I could think of right now who could stop Mbappe when he comes at you with that full speed. You just have to wait and see what he does, and then you could shadow him. Because he just blowing past Bailly and Lindelof, and is ridiculous. The quality, Manchester United quality, you have to be a quality player to play there.
Yeah.
And Mourinho said he has no centre back, so he's using what he has at his disposal. And Bailly and Lindelof, they're not compatible to play at this level against Mbappe. Although he may be younger than them, his quality way advanced to them. Maybe Bonici could stop Mbappe, but not Lindelof and...
Even Virgil van Dijk, you think?
Probably.
Probably.
That'll be a nice match, probably.
But by that time, Cavani might be back.
Yeah, so true. And we also know that Pogba as well got a red card, so he's just going to miss the away game versus PSG. So it's a real...
Yeah, there's a touch and go with him in that aspect, because in this game he was tending to hold the ball on, kind of slowing down play. So it may be a good thing for Manchester United that he's not there. We just have to see who will be the man to step up now when they go to Paris to see who will win.
Honestly, out of everybody in the Manchester United team, who could just fall in and start on that PSG team? Personally, I think only one person, and that's Pogba.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody else could make that starting 11.
Rashford?
Up against Cavani and Mbappe? I'm sorry, no.
Rashford, Lingard injured, Martial injured. Lukaku on a good day could score.
Could what? Lukaku now starting to hold up.
He said start.
The only thing Lukaku has bad is his first touch.
Which is kind of important in football.
Yes, but yes, it is. But once he has that hold of play, you have Rashford, who is one of the best English footballers that right now.
You support England as a country team?
No.
Oh, okay. I find you real with Rashford there, so I was just wondering.
No. But he is one of the best players on Manchester United. Without Pogba, hopefully Lingard's injury is not that serious. So with Rashford and Lingard on the wing, you will give those PSG defenders something to study about. Manchester United now have to go back now and analyze what Mourinho is talking about. We need a centre back.
And they're not going to get any before the next game.
So that how they addressed that when Mourinho was there.
Yeah.
Even if they're fine still, at least they'll have somebody in the back there to hold on to. Because look how Liverpool's game changed when they got Van Dijk. Right. So you could see where this is the league. Mbappe, the coach tell Mbappe, deal with this. Maybe he has to live. So when Cavani comes now, Cavani comes and gives Mbappe that freedom on the wing now, who are they going to mark?
Yes, that's so true. So we're going to go to a short video that actually highlights a former Manchester United player, which is Memphis Depay. So let's go to that video and hear his life story.
A shameful banner. A pathetic attack. The Saint-Étienne supporters were despicable toward Memphis Depay. They unveiled this banner to hurt him. Memphis, 5 million followers, but still no dad. Why is this so insensitive? Provocative, charismatic, Memphis Depay leaves no one indifferent. The Dutchman is back at his best level at Lyon, but his route to the top has been extremely complicated. During his early years, he was known as Depay, but he quickly had this name removed from his jersey. He now insists on only being called Memphis. So, why did he decide to turn his back on his last name? He did it because he was abandoned by his father when he was only 4 years old. This rejection greatly affected Memphis. Many people wouldn't understand what I went through when I was younger. I suffered a lot. What exactly happened at home, I won't be telling you. I don't want people feeling sorry for me. In order to turn the page and forget his past, Depay became Memphis. After showing great promise at PSV, he signed with Manchester United in 2015. He took the number 7, previously worn by Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo. Proof of the great things which were expected of him. A monumental flop. If people were disappointed in Memphis's game, they also judged him for his extravagant behavior. After a particularly bad game with the first team, he was put on the reserve by his coach. Wayne Rooney gave him a piece of advice. I said, look, it's a bit difficult for you. Just don't come in with all your fancy stuff. The next day, Memphis went to the reserves game in his Rolls Royce wearing a leather jacket and a cowboy hat. I just thought, what's the point? But Memphis is a lovely lad, and it's good to see things going well for him now. Since joining Lyon, Memphis Depay has been reborn. Even if he remains inconsistent, his level and his stats are impressive. However, because of his attitude, Memphis continues to rub some people the wrong way. The banner made by the fans of Lyon's biggest rivals, Saint-Étienne, is proof of this. Memphis, 5 million followers, but still no dad. Memphis lived up to his reputation with a flamboyant response. I have nothing against the people who did this. I know they low-key love me. I also know they're just mad they don't have one player with the same quality like me. Whatever anyone says, Memphis Depay's journey has been extremely complicated. And after everything that he has faced, it will take more than a banner to bring him down.
And speaking about number 7s that played for Manchester United that didn't make it, another number 7 returned to Manchester United in this game, Angel Di Maria. And the crowd started to boo him every time he got a touch on the ball, but into the game, especially in the second half, he caused it for PSG. But anytime I think a bottle was thrown on the field and he picked it up and was acting like he was drinking.
Heineken.
Yeah, so it was like Angel Di Maria, another number 7 that just can't seem to perform. Even Alexis Sanchez, the current number 7, still not performing. But it was really nice to see him back at Old Trafford, but causing some damage to them, though.
Yeah, Dicey Di Maria.
Yeah, where was he when he was playing for Old Trafford?
The coach at the point in time wasn't playing. He spoke about that last month or December. He said the coach wasn't playing him in the system or using him properly. So how you expect him to
flourish?
Which I kind of is that to say that professional. The coach tell you about it. I believe you should have some kind of professionalism and at least try your best. But it got to see him come back here, despite all the boos, whatever, he came back, got 2 assists. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Manchester United, unfortunately, losing this game by 2-0. As it pertains to the second leg, they definitely can't allow PSG to score. And for them to progress, they'll have to win by 2-0, carry the penalties, or just win it by 3-0. But once PSG get a ball in the back of the net, I think that's it for them.
Yeah, essentially game over.
Yeah. So you don't think they have any chance to come back?
I saw some stat when I was came in here. The last 34 teams that lost their home leg, the first home leg, 2-0 by 2 goals or more, they never
Came back from
advance.
So Manchester United are going to make some history.
They might spark some of that trouble within season joy back into the team.
Yeah.
I predict a 1-0
to PSG.
Yeah.
That's something kind of nice because especially with Cavani coming back too, you really don't know. So we're going to take the last break for this show. We're going to come back and we're going to preview the Manchester City. We started talking about Manchester City and Chelsea, and we're going to end the show previewing the matchup that is coming up in the Carabao finals versus Manchester City and Chelsea.
We'll be right back after these messages. Don't forget to join the conversation. Send in your WhatsApp voice notes and messages via the numbers on the screen or hit us a comment on the Facebook Live. We'd love to hear from you.
You're watching ACTN, The Voice. Connect with ACTN The Voice on Facebook or Instagram at ACTN The Voice. ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Whoa, na 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 na, yeah. Yo, this is J Prince, and you're looking at ACTN The Voice. Stay locked. The blood of Jesus, oh, yeah, break every chain. Hey, the blood of Jesus, break every chain. The blood of Jesus, break every chain. The blood of Jesus, break every chain. The blood of Jesus, break every chain.
ACTN The Voice, your family-friendly station.
Welcome back to Football 101. I'm your host, Joshua De Matos, and we're coming to the end of the program. So as I said before the break, we're going to preview the Manchester City versus Chelsea game. One of the guys who have said, when I asked the scoreline, he said it'll be 6-1. So it's a bit more generous.
Impossible.
Impossible. That 6-1 is not going to happen
Impossible.
again.
And I say, if the beat us 6-1 again, I will tattoo the winner of the Premier League.
Or the winner of the Premier League now.
On my chest.
So it could be a Liverpool or Manchester City.
Who knows?
So guys, that Jimmy Carragher comment there, Chelsea, the new Arsenal. What do you have to say for that?
That stinks.
Yeah.
But as Mourinho said, 2015, if they do sack Sarri, then there's little hope to come back anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because they have no direction. They still have no direction. They're giving the players all the power, and that would just lead to total chaos. Nobody will want to come there, but a coach, but players. We won't get the quality to come to the club, and that is what Roman's kind of like Roman's fault.
Yeah.
Because he started the whole win or go.
Yeah.
But now he's starting to transition more into hands-off owner. Let's see what happens now.
Yeah.
Sarri is the coach that they chose to start this project. Hopefully they don't sack him. I honestly hope they don't sack him, because if they do, again, we won't get anybody.
We could even reach to a point where players who we currently have want to leave and not just, sacking the coach.
Yeah.
As you see with Hazard right now, I feel like now that move to Real Madrid show.
Yeah, definitely.
The way things looking.
Yeah. But picture this. Sarri gets sacked in the morning. You could rehire Jose.
No.
Jose looking for a job now, though?
No.
No?
Impossible. Impossible. You would throw your girl out 3 times and take she back
Well,
every time.
if she coming back.
No.
So no Jose?
Nah. I hear talk rumblings about Zidane. That ain't happening. If Zidane comes there, I would have to ask me if I dreaming. Zidane coaching Chelsea. And if he does come, Hazard not leaving, but you have Zidane there.
Right. Yeah.
But Zidane at Chelsea, no way.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about the game coming up. Carabao Cup Finals, Manchester City versus Chelsea. What's the answer? How could Chelsea come back at them and win this game and kind of throw it back in their face? You all beat us 6-0, but in this game, we brought a trophy home.
Beat them at their own game. That's what Liverpool did. Beat them at their own game. Play them the same tempo that they play you as. You can't wait for City, because when you wait for City, they just knock. And as you open that gap, they will expose you and they will score.
That's what they did in this game, though. They tried to match City up with the press.
No,
and they just got
when the game started in the score within 3 minutes, right? City was pressing from the get-go, and Chelsea was just laid back, waiting to try and beat them at the same minute they beat them in December. Pep not going to stand for that back-to-back.
Right.
Same tactic. Again, Alonso standing up in no man's land. He has no place in Chelsea.
Cover over Barkley.
Right.
Anytime.
So cover over Barkley.
Yeah.
Is Alonso starting again, or are we going to replace him?
Emerson.
Right.
Emerson.
Hazard, Pedro or Willian?
I would like to see Willian.
Right.
For sure.
So Higuain, Hazard.
Yeah. You can leave the back. Well, the others in the back. Rudiger. Luis, all the people say is a liability. Luis actually is a great player. A pass of the ball, yes. Wonderful this season. Excellent. And as for Laqueta, heart and soul of the team.
One thing with Luis, though, I realize he can't play under too much pressure. Every time the team go down 2 goals, it's almost like if he don't even want to play again.
That's true.
So
and you mentioned Azpilicueta there. Sterling kind of taught Azpilicueta a good few lessons.
Yeah. Yeah, but Sterling fast. So you can't give that. But yeah, they try to press too high, too late. So obviously we'll get beat.
But Aspi did admit that this was one of his worst games. So I feel like as the skipper, he'll come back and try to prove himself.
How about Kepa? You don't want to replace him, seeing that he had so much mistakes
that
in that game?
That is not... I'm not blaming Kepa for that.
Okay. Let's just check in. So final score in that game, what do you think it's going to be?
3-1 Chelsea.
Okay.
2-0.
To Chelsea?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see. And we have another person saying 6-1 to Manchester City. So we've got to the end of another episode of Football 101. Guys, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here. We'll have repeats of this program every Wednesday and every Thursday at 6 p.m. And we will come back live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. So thank you so much for watching Football 101. I'm your host, Joshua DeMatos, and this is the show where we bring the field directly to your home.
Hey guys, don't forget to send in your WhatsApp voice. Blah. Keane will miss Carabao Cup semi-final. Blah. Carabao. It'll serve you well if you just type that so I can just read it. Yeah? And those of you on the live stream, hit us a comment, drop us a comment, not hit us a comment.